Oh,
It's about to do the thing that it's about to do, and it's
oh,
gonna
excellent.
be
Is
weird.
it
Yeah,
about to do the thing that's about to
I'll
do?
be with you. Like, I wish I had somebody do this, not me, but somebody else do it.
Soon with the interns.
I
Soon,
know.
very soon.
I have an intern. I just yes, we have a lot going on, which is great.
Yes. Yes, soon.
Oh, it's about to do the thing that it's about to do. All right, great. So we're live on YouTube. Woo-hoo. So welcome everybody. This is the Ask Pro Tools NYC Questions. I'm gonna say this again. Hey guys, welcome to the show. This is Ask. Wow, this is gonna be hard. One more time. Wow, this is gonna be weird. Hey guys, you're watching Ask Pro Tools NYC Questions with your hosts, Bez Vice, Fed, James, and JJ.
Are you doing live retakes?
Yes.
Okay.
He's doing live retakes. I am dead.
Doing live retakes. All the bloopers are in here.
Mhm.
All the deleted scenes are here.
Woo!
You know. So guys, what's going on? Somebody asked me, JJ, you asked me about Miami.
Yeah. How's Miami?
No masks, which I thought was refreshing.
Okay, good.
At all?
A little bit, just the tourists.
So restaurants are open, clubs,
Yeah.
theaters, everything. So wait, only the tourists had no masks? Is that what you're saying?
No, the tourists.
Oh, had masks. Sorry. Slow.
The people like the restaurateurs had the masks, you know, like the
Yeah.
people, you know what I mean? But like people like the students who were on spring break didn't have
Local Floridites.
Yeah, so,
local Floridians.
Yeah, they said all the red states are like that. There's no mask pretty much.
It's fucking bugging, dude. That's why coronavirus is still a thing in this country. Honestly, everywhere else, not too much.
Yeah, I spoke to my Asian friend, right? She told me she's Chinese. She said, like China's back to normal. I said, what do you mean, like back to normal? She's like, yeah, it's back to normal. Like it's nothing. Ask Tam when you get a chance. See what Tam has to say. But
in Korea, it's been fine for over a year. In my opinion. Yeah, it's been pretty normal for about a year over in Korea.
Yeah, we're all about to ask Tam.
Yeah, because I was told it's like back to it's almost like nothing ever happened. I said, are you serious? She was like, yeah. So I was, that was my only source of that outside of media. So if
depends on where in China she is. China's huge, dude.
Yeah, well,
I was gonna say China's really big, man.
Yeah,
so
China's enormous.
What may be happening in the south, may not be the same in the north, and so
very true.
Has anyone gotten their vaccine here yet?
What?
Has anyone gotten or planned to get their vaccine here yet?
My girlfriend is fully vaccinated.
I'm supposed to be going in tomorrow or the next day after to get my Moderna vaccine, the first one, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not sure.
Pfizer one.
Why not?
I feel the same way, James.
Yeah, I can't get the Pfizer one. I'm not qualified. You gotta have real money.
Wait, I thought you were Mr. Illuminati.
Yeah, but you actually have to have real money to get Pfizer.
No, I'm saying, in other words, I thought you were Mr. Illuminati. I thought you would be the last to get a shot.
Need, like real money, bro. Or you either have to have like real money to get Pfizer, or you like in order to even be covered by, like it's not even you, it's your provider that's too broke to afford it, on some shit.
Like, Pro Tools NYC.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's not even you. Daniel. It's whoever your doctor is that's too poor to afford it. Pfizer is crazy, bro. It's insane.
Yo, we should get caps. We should all get Pro Tools NYC caps.
You know what's funny? Oh, we had a week break and I still completely forgot. I'm gonna order it today. I'm not gonna.
Me too.
Force you to get the hats, and then I'm gonna reimburse you for the hat.
No, don't worry about it. No, I'll get it. I just been yeah.
Don't worry about part. It's like, yeah, then is he gonna get it? Like, you know. You missed the big intro that happened 3 times in a row. Because my ass up. Yeah.
What's the big intro that I missed?
No, it was just introducing the show.
He retaked a live intro about 3-4 times.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be the first show where all the bloopers and edits are in the show. There's no edits.
The DVDs are here.
It's raw, baby.
I'm sorry, but the unnecessary Pro Tools show, I gotta rename it to like something more like accessible in Pro Tools. I mean on YouTube. So I was thinking like ask Pro Tools NYC questions, something super boring.
What did you have a name before?
The unnecessary Pro
The
Tools.
Unnecessary Pro Tools Show? I'm dead. I thought I heard that right, but I wasn't sure. That's amazing.
Because it's necessary now. Because
Put
if
a
you make
smile
it
on your face, James.
Huh?
It put a smile on your face, I'm saying.
I know what you
Right?
mean. I just fear that no one knows what's going on in the
I like the new name, Bez, because, you know, if you maybe search on YouTube, something like that, Pro Tools something questions, you know, it may pop.
It's just ask Pro Tools NYC questions. They don't have to be about Pro Tools. They can just have to be questions.
Right. Understood.
No, if you hate it, be like, I hate it, and give me another solution. Just be like, I just need solutions. You know what I mean?
The solution is the Unnecessary Pro Tools Show.
But it's like, how are they going to know about it?
People find out about other things all the time that are named stupid things. Look at the shit on.
Hey.
Come on.
If it's unnecessary, then I feel like I shouldn't even be there because it's you know?
It's unnecessary. We shouldn't have a show.
We shouldn't, right? We should be just doing what you're doing, eating food.
Eating food. I'm dead.
Listen, I can't help it that it's lunchtime on my side of the country. Okay, shut your face.
Lunchtime on my side too. It's always lunchtime.
It's always lunchtime. Oh man.
No, ask Pro Tools questions is fine.
Thank God you said.
Hey, Ben.
I concur.
I mean, it's your thing, man.
I'm just trying to be stupid simple here. I'm not trying to be like rocket scientist over here. You know what I mean? That's my only thing.
Imagine Bez responsible for actual rocket science. I would be like genuine. I would be like pretty satisfied. I feel like I could trust him to like not kill everybody,
Yeah,
but
you'd
also
be
like,
surprised
but
how
also
many
like I would be a little worried, like a little bit. Just like
you'd be
I know
worried
we get there, but how and what condition?
Yes, Jim. You would be like in little body parts on Mars because like the first few boats didn't work. You know what I mean? The first
few feet we blew up in orbit.
It's for that same reason why you don't take the COVID vaccine shot first. You let the experiments go first.
At this
point. Man, like
vaccinated for like a year.
So who's getting vaccinated? Who's already? I know my girlfriend got vaccinated.
I already got one.
Which one did you get?
I got Pfizer. I didn't get to choose.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a high roller, dude.
I showed up and we were like, what are we getting today? They're like, Pfizer. I was like, great.
That's McDonald's. It's like, what Happy Meal am I getting?
Yeah, Pfizer and Moderna I know are pretty close. Moderna, I'm sorry, but I know the Johnson & Johnson one is quite literally a 75% effectiveness rate, so I don't think so.
And not only that, I heard some news about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Millions of doses got contaminated, so they have to be recalled and looked at. So if if you can get Moderna or Pfizer at this precise moment in time, that'll be the safest. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the Moderna.
Yeah, same here. I'm getting the Moderna.
Well, before we start quizzing the effectiveness of vaccines, you should actually go look at the effectiveness of all the other vaccines because there's only like a 60% of effectiveness. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I mean, like if you do like a very, very light browsing, it says like anywhere from like the most general outlets will say 90% for Moderna and Pfizer, but then you do the actual statistics and you're like, all right, getting a vaccine still doesn't mean that you're not going to get the disease. It means you have a less likelihood to. Just means that you have a lot of people think it's like you're good, dude. And it's
absolutely
like you might not still be good. Just don't be an idiot.
You still have to take care of yourself and others by wearing masks. You can still get sick, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like I guess. Man, I just feel weird about this because I've played a lot of Resident Evil in my life or watched a lot of things like this and Jesus. or classic, the I Am Legend movie. I got a vaccine, so everyone turned into a weird freak mutant zombie. Oh God, that's quite literally it's too close. Like the actual storyline is way too close for how comfortable I am.
That's funny.
It's terrifying.
That's funny.
I mean, whatever.
How did you feel after your first shot? Because I'm scheduled to go in on Friday, which is a day for me on this side.
Your arm hurt.
The only thing I had was a sore arm.
That's it for the first shot. Okay.
That's it.
That's
Although it sounds like a lot of people, have like 24 hours of like sickness and stuff after the second one, if it happens at all. But
yeah, I heard people feel the symptoms more on the second shot or the final dose or whatever it is.
But my parents and my wife's parents both had the same shots, and they've been completely vaccinated. They didn't feel anything.
That would be sick because, man, I do not like feeling ill. I'm not.
I know.
I'm not really
I don't. Well, I don't know a lot
it.
of people that like to feel ill.
What? Oh, right. It's a joke. I was like, what? You can't do that to me, dude. I'm the guy who's like, wait, really? I'm the worst. There's Blake. There he is. What's up, Black?
It's beautiful outside.
Your name says Black.
Yeah, that's what all my professors called me when they first read my name, so I just owned it.
Interesting. Interesting. How are you, Blake? How you feeling today?
Good. Just
I see you promoting your client's logo.
What?
I see you promoting your client's logo. That's like a dedicated,
So dedicated.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
That's a dedicated 24/7 service.
I just have no
Aaron
clothes.
and tell him that he's
I just have no clothes. I get permission every day for wearing their stuff.
I'm dead. I get permission every day. I have to get it.
I don't have to ask them to advertise for free.
No, it's great that they give you clothes besides money.
Yo,
what was that?
This is live. Relax.
Nothing great.
Chill, buddy.
On YouTube.
Yes, where all the other SCRS stuff is. Why don't you?
Denver.
No, yeah. So just by the way, Blake. This is everyone is here. This is the Pro Tools NYC show. I'm still confused about the name of the show, unfortunately. But
no, you're not. You just decided. Just hang on to something. Damn it! What is it called?
He said, "No, you're not."
okay.
So what's the name? What was the original name?
It's Ask
Gang
Pro
up on
Tools
Bez
New
and
York
beat him
City, right, Bez?
Yeah, it's Ask Pro Tools NYC Questions.
There you go.
There you go. Oh.
You guys both agreed, and then he added the word questions at the end.
Thank you for the boost of confidence, everybody. Can we just go around and introduce her? This is what happens on Wednesdays at 4 p.m., whether you want to or not.
I didn't know this existed.
And half the class introducing each other. It's a good time.
Just a hangout where sometimes we can ask questions about Pro Tools or anything else. And it's live on YouTube in case you don't want to.
Get a hat so I can see.
You have to get the Pro Tools hat. Fuck.
Yeah, you should give me one. You didn't have any.
Yeah, you should buy one and then I'll reimburse you for it.
So, how about you buy one? I'll give you an Apple Box shirt and we'll call it even.
How about it's because I'm lazy to enter your name in the field, so you can just do it.
You're supposed to get 10 to 15 of them for in-house anyway.
You know what I mean? You just do it.
Just completely blows over that.
I wonder how long my phone's going to die. Oh wait, I have a fucking thing.
Four hats.
4 hats?
So next 6 hats. It's gonna be amazing. All right, so we got Daniel, we got JJ, we got James, we got Bez, we got Fed. Now we got Blake. Mr.
Do.
Our names all kind of end in E.
That's right. We got all kinds of funky names. Thanks for showing us your real estate. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'll give you a tour of the bathroom in a second.
Yeah, thanks.
And this is how number 2 goes down the toilet.
Oh, so
we do tutorials too. We're very big into education.
Very nice, very nice. Are you actually going somewhere, or are you just fucking?
Yeah. His Wi-Fi cut off.
Yeah.
My guy's Wi-Fi is just
what happens.
Non-existence.
So anyhow, so we figured out that it doesn't really matter what you get. Just
just watching me get shit out of my car.
Oh well, no, you're currently frozen as fuck.
You're frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, that was too far. I just saw Bez staring at me and I got confused.
Bez always likes to stare.
You situate and then then come back on.
Yeah, no, this was unplanned. I was eating lunch.
Well, so was Daniel, and I wanted to eat lunch, and I couldn't do it because of the show, because I didn't want to be eating. Well, at least I might see.
I don't care. I'm eating.
Everybody wants to eat now. This is great.
Why don't we all just? I mean, this is kind of like people pay for this service just to eat with each other online before coronavirus. That's been a thing.
Amazing. I want to.
It's really sad, but it's true.
I want to get paid for that service.
It's pretty crazy. I know a friend of mine who would literally get paid like close to like $30 to $40 an hour just to eat.
What do you mean?
Wow.
Or way more than that, like anywhere from like a couple $100 per meal.
Are they naked or something? Like
no, it's just really sad old men or really, really sad young men.
To do what?
What's sad?
To literally eat with them online. To like have an online conversation with them, but like all they do is they talk to each other and eat online. Or it's just it's like an OnlyFans where they only eat and people just pay crazy money to watch them eat like privately.
But like on Zoom, you mean?
Yes, like eat food. Like comida.
But on Zoom, like if I just
like on Zoom or a video service quite like this, yes, something like this has existed for many, many years. Like I think since 2010. Wow. It's been like
how much?
Hit me up with the link, man. I cook a lot.
I don't actually know. I think you have to be an attractive young girl to make this work. I'm pretty sure that's like a thing. Specifically, attractive young Korean girl. Unlike,
I don't qualify. Come on, Jay.
Yeah.
Because a lonely old man could do it. He would just do that and make money instead of doing that.
I'm telling you, look up something called mukbang. It's if you spell it like even like in English, it'll pop up with like 8 million hits.
I can't even spell that.
Yes, along the lines of like the AMSR.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Except it's like way deeper than that, and the crowd is way freakier, and like I don't know how to feel about it.
Well, you can do all that shit here for free.
Exactly, dude. Why Pro Tools NYC Ask Questions is better? Wait, is it Ask Pro Tools NYC Questions or Pro Tools NYC?
See, this is why this doesn't work. Every week it's going to be a different name. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, we need consensus.
We're just official. Once it's official, once it's like has a flow that works really well, that's when it's like, okay. We've been doing this for a couple of times.
So Pro Tools asks New York City questions.
Blake, stop. Like it's gonna be like days and days of us just doing this for like
Pro Tools interview strangers on the street.
Okay, well before today, people thought it's the unnecessary Pro Tools show.
I kind of like that.
It's necessary. It brings joy.
I know, exactly. So I can't be part of the unnecessary Pro Tools show because then I don't feel necessary, like, to be here. So it has to be something necessary. So I feel like if people don't know us and they just see Ask Pro Tools Questions, I feel like, oh, okay, like, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Like, I don't
know, dude. There's also, I mean, like the name, the Joe Rogan Show is like got popular from him not being famous. So I don't know. I think you can grow anything into anything these days.
Can it just be Pro Tools NYC, the show, or something like that?
Why not? Why not? Why can't I think?
Okay, then the question is, like, is it the Pro Tools NYC show, or is it Pro Tools NYC?
Pro Tools and what? Pro Tools. I don't know. What sounds better to you?
What about you guys?
Actually, you're the wrong person to ask. What am I doing? We're gonna be here for a while. Hold on. Pro Tools NYC, the show, or Pro Tools? Why can't it just be Pro Tools NYC show?
In front. Those should go in front. The Pro Tools NYC show.
Why isn't it just Pro Tools NYC show?
The necessary Pro Tools NYC.
Who uses the anymore?
I don't know. So Pro Tools NYC show. That seems weird without the.
The shit we do
it's
sometimes.
Called SEMA show, right? It's not called the SEMA show.
It's both. I don't know. I've heard it.
The Pro Tools show.
I feel like the is a conjugating thing, though. I feel like if you really think about it in other languages, like, you don't really need
that show.
Well, in English, we don't have to conjugate.
You're watching.
It's a definite article.
Oh, do you? Technically, you do.
Well, I don't like talking about English.
English is hard as fuck. English is like the hardest language I've learned ever.
What is going on right now?
This is what happens when
this has been going on for at least 10 minutes.
I had a thought, guys. I had a thought.
It's 4:30. It's 4:31.
This is what I said. The show consists of figuring out the name and.
You know what's funny? I'm sure in some strange way, Bez enjoys this. It's
I know.
Like how those old men like watching those ladies eat. Bez enjoys this right now.
That's the thing. Like, you guys don't get. He's asking these questions, but he's already made up his mind. He
just
wants all of us to talk.
All right, I got one, guys. Check this out.
Bez, are you a secret?
Are you ready, Bez? Bez, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Pro Tools NYC live. That's it.
It's not bad.
I
Oh,
think it
that
has to be
reaction!
live.
Wow, tough crowd. Wow.
Hey,
Man.
that's not bad.
Let's see.
Anyway, I made my contribution. Moving on.
Well, it's 4:30, so we have 30 more minutes to talk about the same thing. So,
all right. So, what questions would ask Pro Tools as I work on this? As I work this out, Pro Tools NYC the show where you ask questions. Not bad.
I have a question.
Yes,
I do. When can I start my next chapter?
Of 110?
No, I just did that.
Oh no, you did 101.
101. There's 101,
we'll just slide to
110, 201.
One, and you can
Maybe
start.
I took the wrong.
You want to start tomorrow at 3 p.m., 1 p.m. Tomorrow 1 p.m. There's a course. You join it.
he's so excited he froze.
The Wi-Fi sucks. What is the word?
You guys come.
I think because he's outside.
There's a glitch in the
I
matrix.
just lagged.
Bro, get a new phone, dog. No, I'm just kidding.
So
Got the phone.
Daniel, or anybody, JJ, if anybody wants to, how do we usually do this? This is what happens when you miss.
Something about Pro Tools, because we need at least one thing about actual Pro Tools, because this is the what is this? What are we calling this? One more time?
Here we go again.
Whatever it is.
I can't believe
Big news in 2021. Big Sur is finally supported via Pro Tools as of a week ago. Yay! But no one's gonna update because fuck that. Yay! So that's the one Pro Tools thing that everyone should know about.
Yeah, that's good. One day, like next time or the following, we'll actually talk about mastering. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
I would like that.
Yes, everybody wants to talk about mastering.
Yeah,
so.
dude. It's like I feel like it's the hot topic that no one talks about.
Everybody is here. Wait, so Daniel and James, can we talk about harmonics for just a little bit?
Yes.
Everyone's here.
I can't even remember what I was gonna say.
Harmonics.
Miami.
James had the question.
So many naked people in Miami.
I do.
Okay, yeah. What's the question about harmonics?
I guess there was a couple because I was very uniquely interested in the Sony MDR. Dude, I just got put onto those, the MDRs, the pros. Yes, they're very so good. So excellent. But I guess my question is, because of your uniquely placed, I guess, skill set as an ex-singer or a current singer, whatever, as an artist
a classically trained.
Yeah, with like classical training, I'm sure that because you mix it and master your own records, I just want to pick your head about like how you approach, let's say, harmonics to make. Because we were talking about the instance of like stacking and like having like a huge symphony or like an orchestral thing, and then using harmonics to kind of, I guess, just like how would you apply like harmonics? What kind of plugins do you like to use? What do you think is something that people should watch out for in terms of like maybe don't do that, or like maybe these are a couple of set things that you can watch out for in terms of like good things to listen for or bad things? I don't really know. I'm not really sure what I'm asking. I'm just trying to like steer the conversation towar's that way.
Yeah. No, I got it. I mean, I think the most important thing is like, it's like everything else with when you're producing your own thing, it's all listening to it, right? And I always have a couple references going. I have a bunch of shit going on to make sure, especially because I do a lot of orchestral stuff, like epic stuff. I make sure that everything, I have like a balance meter coming back I have like this isotope. I don't know what it's called, but it's
isotope plugins. Okay.
Yeah, I use a lot of isotope. And then honestly, it's different because if you're talking about harmonics as far as classical music, or like if you're talking about orchestral music, there's harmonics that are the natural progression of different like spacings that an instrument creates, like notes wise on an open string. Then there's harmonics as in like essentially adding some upper space to your pieces. So I mean, it really just depends, and you don't want to do a lot of when I'm doing a lot of let's say EQing, I usually use the Abbey Road curve. Do you guys know what the Abbey Road curve is?
The British EQ?
No. It's like, okay. I mean, it's you can use any EQ, but
No, I know. I thought you meant like the classic British style EQ, where just no mids and like.
No, it's actually like you go up and I only do it on my reverbs.
I use
actually.
it.
I don't do it on. I don't do it. I just do it on the reverbs because I use quite a bit of reverb with orchestral stuff. But
my question was just to go back to what you said specifically. You said adding upper layers. What did you mean by that? Because like,
well, not necessarily upper layers, but upper frequency. Because
upper frequencies.
Because and it's not a lot. It's like very subtle. Like if I want something to. It depends on what you want to hear out of a mix, and again, it's going to be different with a pop mix rather than like an orchestral thing. If I want, like, I will typically, depending on how much I have to EQ my strings, like if it's the first violins or the violins in general, and I want to hear them more, and I want to hear different colors, I will maybe pop up the upper frequencies by a dB or maybe a dB and a half.
Oh wow, okay. So like very incremental changes. I see.
Yeah. Very, very subtle. Well, because if you're working with good samples, the idea is you're not having to do a whole lot of adjustments. I mean, I'm all for the like you sort of EQ in small amounts, and you can do like parallel EQ just like you do parallel compression and stuff like that. So so the harmonics thing is, again, it's just dependent. There's harmonics as applied to like a mix and a mastering, like I was just talking about, and messing with the upper frequencies. Or there's the harmonics as in, do you want your strings to play harmonics in this? Like anytime you hear the really thin arco, like floaty strings, it's usually harmonics. They're the natural pitches. Yeah.
I guess the one thing that I want to ask you, like when I first started on trying to understand, like, I don't know, I have like a pretty, like, this is not my first rodeo in trying to understand large topics, like for cars, for camera stuff, and especially music. What I found is that I would like to ask you to define harmonics for me in terms of like an actual definition, like maybe like, like the Webster definition or whatever, because I found that incredibly useful. I'm serious, because you have to know what it actually means for you to be like, no, that's not harmonics, that's distortion, or that's not distortion, that's harmonics. Yeah.
Harmonics in terms of classical music are the natural overtones created by a specific instrument. When you hear a pitch, it's actually collectively a bunch of pitches together. You're just hearing the main pitch you hear is the fundamental pitch in that pitch. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And so in the vibration of that pitch, if it's in tune, depending on its tuning, you're hearing all the harmonics of it, okay? And different instruments can access those harmonics, like strings can access them differently. Well, I used to be a brass player, so there's a natural harmonic series you can play with like open vowels or valves and just play, and it'll naturally hit like it's just weird, okay? So that's harmonics in classical music. It's basically like the natural vibrations created mathematically above a fundamental pitch.
Okay, that's amazing. There you go. Wow.
There you go. That's that. But as far as harmonics, like adding harmonics into like a pop record or whatever, it's sort of similar, but you're just trying to increase, I would say, you're trying to increase the color of the overtone scale, so depending on clarity or what you want to hear in a mix. I mean,
so are you talking about the production side of things, or are you talking about the vocal side of things? Because I'm assuming you're talking about like all of it. Okay.
Like you can do it. You could literally, you can add harmonics in a master session. You could add a harmonics. Obviously there are plugins and stuff like that. And again, it comes down to taste, and it's really just subtlety. But again, harmonics is just like you're adding to the upper frequencies, essentially building on what I was just talking about, the natural frequencies that are created in any kind of music, whether it's a string instrument or someone's, doing pop vocals. Their voice is creating natural overtones, and what you're doing when you're adding harmonics is you're adding color to that those upper frequencies. Does that make sense?
It does, actually. That's perfect. Yeah. That's kind of what I needed. Like
I was gonna say, Bez, you can pitch in anytime you want, because you.
The 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, 12,000. Like you could 3 decibels. Whichever one. See how to sweep it, push up 3 decibels. And my question was also like, have you guys ever experienced like, I never because when I was in studios working for others, like I worked with really like Grammy engineers, whatever. I haven't really seen them push anything above 6 decibels.
Oh, hell no. That's so much.
But I figured like maybe you had experience where it worked. For me, it never worked. For me, I never pushed anything above 6 decibels.
What do you mean by push by 6 decibels? In the overall image from like where it started, or like?
Frequency, I never pushed above 6 decibels. I only go between usually even 6 decibels. Maybe
Let me see where I'm at. Make sure I'm not a crazy person.
Maybe 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 decibels I push. But I don't. experience more than like, I don't think it's a good idea. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't think I've pushed or cut more than 2 to 3, maybe 4 if it's like a really specific band.
Yeah. I want to say 3 decibels is a good number to keep in mind as like sort of like I should go, but not go surpass.
So like, I guess I'm kind of a crazy person, and like for some of the vocal stuff that I've done, like in my current EQ that I use like right now, that's why I brought up like the British EQ. Like even though everyone's like you're a nutty person for even considering that, I don't know, man. If you know how to like bring the actual mids back, a lot of the times, obviously that's where like the soul is or whatever. But I've like, I don't know. This EQ is telling me that I'm cutting at 8, like
cutting or adding,
cutting 8
off mid,
like right in the 2K range, like 2 to 3.
You know what? That actually, well, 8 seems heavy, but honestly, again, 2K is actually a sweet spot of like problematic frequencies anyway. Especially if you're dealing with a higher voice. But I mean, I don't know. I would experiment. The other thing that it comes down to, if it sounds good and people like it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, listen to it.
If it works for you. But, you know, if your workflow like can be affected in a way you're like, okay, I'm going to put this EQ on, and then, you know, I'm going to put this in the master chain, I'm going to put this other EQ on. Like, instead of just putting all the EQ on one thing, it might be better to spread it out so you have a little bit more
I guess I found that
boxes of it.
Like for me, like maybe I'm just a crazy person, but like I'm still at the point where I don't really know how to explain it, but like I'm mixing probably like not like 196 track projects, like kind of like I'm not assuming you're doing like nutty things like that, but I'm assuming maybe because you have all these orchestral things you're doing. So I feel like you're maybe very much more in tune with using a whole bunch of different EQs on a whole bunch of different chains and still being able to hear the effect from that, like the tiny little things. For me, it's like, I don't really know what it is quite yet. Maybe it's not enough experience. Maybe it's not being able to hear the right things. But like when I tend to throw too many EQs all over the place, I start to lose track of what the hell's going on. So
well, yeah, I'm not saying do multiple. Like I'll usually put an EQ on the instrument because it usually needs a little subtle, and that's usually for sound sculpting rather than like, oh, this is. I mean, I will if it's like a first. I'm only going to use the extent of which I use them because I very rarely record myself anymore, and it's all like instrumental stuff. So if it's the first strings, like I'll literally gain stage it up to hear if there's any room noise that I want to get out of, and I'll cut that out. Okay, and I'll make sure that the violin, like that I'm not cutting out notes that the violin's dipping down into, and I will usually cut out 10,000 and up as well because you're not really gonna hear that. But that is also the area in which
all
there
the
can be a lot of harmonic addition. But again, it's just subtle, and it's not something that like the layman is going to be like, oh my gosh, I can totally hear this increase of harmonics at the top of this chain. Blah, 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 blah. But what you're doing is you're adding to the thickness and overall presence of the entire thing. And that's why I don't know. I usually don't add harmonics to individual instruments. It'll be like I'll do like the whole string section. Maybe
like the violins, the violas are okay.
Exactly.
I understand.
Maybe it's fine, and I don't add harmonics until I'm mixing.
At the very end.
That's actually mastering, and that's completely fine as well.
That's
it really just depends. But again, I wouldn't use like a million different EQs. I'm just saying like play around with doubling up EQs in different ways, just like you would in compression. I think that's a smart thing to do instead of like doing it all. It's just like saying, oh, I'm going to just compress the hell out of this instrument or this voice. It's like, well, what if you just use 2 compressors?
Instead of like tackle different portions of the actual scale that you're going for. Or
it also brings out different colors, and you can control it more, and you don't have to go back and be like, well, I guess I'll play around with this one thing that I cut 8 dB off of.
Right.
It's just something to consider. But honestly, if it sounds good, then it doesn't. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. As long as you're getting your paycheck, it doesn't matter.
I guess so. I'm always hunting for new techniques or something that'll make my workflow a little bit more seamless, like constantly. So like
sweeping where you roll on top and you sweep out anything that's bad to push it down. Like you do narrow bandwidth, sweep on top, and then you push it down like, I don't know, 8 decibels.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's 8 I don't know if I did that for that particular.
I don't know,
I
6
guess
to
that's
12.
the only way. Yeah, I guess that's the only way that I would do that normally. So it makes sense. Have you guys ever used the dynamic function of the Pro Q3? The dynamic. Have you ever used the dynamic function as a de-esser? Because I got put onto it the other day at the studio, and I was like, "What?" Like,
To use the dynamic, just the compressor that comes with Pro Tools.
no, there's a dynamic
filter?
EQ band, yeah, and Q3 and the Fab Filter Q3 plugin. If
Fab
anyone's
Filter's
ever used
great.
it, yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
like the Q3, the reason why Q3 is significantly more advanced than Q2, the reason why you would pay money to upgrade from it is because of the dynamic plugin.
The Fab Filter, right?
Yes, Fab Filter. I was just wondering if anyone had any experience using it as a personal de-esser, like the actual EQ, not the Fab Filter DS. I'm talking
Which
about
is
using the
great by
EQ.
itself.
Yes, it is a great EQ or de-esser, but I'm talking about
I've
using
never
the
heard of
EQ
using
as
that as a de-esser, but I'll have to check it out.
It
When I
works.
can finesse a new
It
trial.
works really crazy. It works really. Wait, do you need
You
the
know-
code for that, Blake?
I guess so. Yeah, I love their
Alright.
plugins. I just didn't pay for them.
Gotcha.
You
I
know,
have one of those.
it makes sense that would work because if you are fancy enough with your compression and your EQ, you wouldn't have to use so much de-essing. Again,
Anything else really?
That
Yeah,
just depends on what you're recording, you know.
All right.
Because,
No, I agree. Yeah.
De-essing happens between 5,000 to 8,000. So if you find that range for the voice and you push just that frequency, you do the narrow bandwidth and you push that frequency down, that's the de-essing. That's actually using a de-esser.
Okay.
You just lose somebody. Oh yeah.
Wait, de-essers
Wait, who did we
don't
lose?
affect anything underneath 5K?
I think he's saying that's a sweet spot range.
Okay.
No, de-esser, yeah, between 5K. It could be 3K.
Because I run a singular de-esser somewhere in my channel like 2,000 flat and like doesn't.
I don't know. I just know that if you take a look at the Pro Tools de-esser, it gives you between 5 and 8, and that's usually what people say. It's usually between 5 and 8. But I've seen Waves, the Waves plugin that does have 3K and 2K, so that's like was very nice.
The Waves plugins are also made in like 2004, so like I don't know.
I actually use those. I use Waves.
I use the stereo and the mono like in a weird chained way for it to like do a thing where it's like a little bit more sculpted.
Waves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope they're not bad because I mix my scores with mostly the Waves plugins.
Oh yeah, I mean the Waves plugins are great, dude. I'm just talking like I'm used to Waves 5. Like everyone's running like Waves 9 or like anywhere from 9 to like 12. I was running Waves 5 on a 2008 like Pentium core piece of garbage, like with like 500 megabytes of RAM, like something wild.
Cow.
Yeah, so like I'm used to 5, and I'm used to having like plugins that just pretend like they're working, but then don't work. Like so, I don't know. Like,
How did you work with that? That sounds like everything would take forever.
Yeah, it did. And that's essentially why I decided, man, I really need a computer that has a keyboard that works or a screen that works. So I did that after like a year.
Those are very useful things. So I have a thing to ask you guys.
Sure.
Since we're part of this thing, can we actually can you guys go right now and subscribe to this channel? Pro Tools, just search for Pro Tools NYC. It should be happening live.
My price for that is a hat. No, I'm just kidding.
You're getting the hat. You just have to go to the store. I'm gonna send you a link where to buy it too.
You're getting the hat, but you have to buy it.
Send everybody a link.
You buy it, reimburse you for it. So fuck you.
Send a link in the chat.
Oh no, you just if you look up Pro Tools NYC, you can find it.
Can you though?
Yeah.
On what though? Like what channel? Like what
did it.
medium am I subscribing?
Wait, do you have? It says channel doesn't have any content.
It's probably another one.
No,
what about
your
the
logo?
one?
It's your logo.
Yes, I know. I have two.
Oh, it says ask questions. It's
yeah.
Oh, it's on. I have it.
I see it.
I got it.
You have to put Pro Tools NYC and you'll see the show live happening.
I just subscribed.
Thank you.
You're about to go from 2 to like 9 subscribers. Isn't that crazy?
That's a crazy.
Isn't that crazy, guys? Crazy. You're about to watch your numbers pop, dude. You're about to go viral right now.
I'm doing the least amount of promotion and say I feel comfortable.
Hey, man.
Blowing up, Bez. You're blowing up.
Pro Tools. I literally just type Pro Tools NYC in YouTube, and it's the first option.
I told you.
Okay.
Man, it's
and then there's a subscribe button to the right, Is it that one, or do I actually have to click in the, click the Ask Pro Tools
No, you just have
live?
to click the subscribe button.
And that's it.
Right.
To subscribe to Pro Tools NYC, basically.
Yes.
Got
Everybody Pro Tools with your host Bez Vice. Everybody Pro Tools on Necessary Pro. Wow, this.
I'm working on it.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just reading stuff out loud.
Oh, he's totally making fun of you, but it's okay.
You have this stuff live, man. Come on.
It's direct quotes. If it's funny, it's your fault.
What? Everybody Pro Tools got 10 views. What? The Unnecessary Pro Tools show. The last show got 10 views. That's pretty good.
Can make it like a pyramid scheme where everybody has to bring one new person each time.
Yeah.
I mean,
it would be nice.
That's not the worst idea. Wait, that's a pyramid scheme?
James, you had one person who came up.
Goth. Yeah. I brought my producer friend Goth on. Ross.
I brought me. That's new. I got mine done today.
I brought me.
Use your phone. So, just
what happened to JJ?
Send him his.
I guess
his internet is down.
His What did you
do?
do?
We did that. We subscribed. That's good.
I'm going to subscribe in a second.
All right, so it's like Pro Tools NYC, the show. That's it. No more.
I like that. Okay, that's simple.
It's easy. My brain can only handle that. So thank you all for doing this. I don't know what else to say except
real quick. Favorite mastering plugin? Ready, set, go. Ozone limiter / the maximizer. Really good stuff.
I don't master.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie to me. Anything you've put out, you've mastered it. Technically.
Yeah. I have a lot. I have a bunch.
Actually, hold on. I have a project up right now. Let me see what I'm
Isotope anything.
I use a few of them, so I don't have.
It's not too helpful because there's a lot of those.
Waves, like I said, I use Waves, and I actually use some. I'm such a Pro Tools guy. I use the.
I wonder why.
Professional Pro Tools limiter made by Avid.
Any of the pro plugins offered by Pro Tools, excellent. Wow.
Yeah, honestly,
it's refreshing to have good stock.
Dude, it makes you feel poor when you use these ultimate bundle plugins. It makes you feel very,
oh yeah, they are
because they're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite plugins is the New Gen Stereoizer. Do you guys know that one?
No.
A mixing and mastering engineer friend of mine in Connecticut uses it for a lot of his stuff. He does a bunch of TV work, and he turned me on to it. I actually subscribed to New Gen, and they had like a giveaway, and I got it for free.
Nice.
It's usually like $100. It's New Gen, NUGEN, or maybe it's Nugen, but I think it's New Gen.
I really hope it's New Gen.
Yeah, that's funny. New Gen audio. And it's Stereoizer 3, and it's a really good way to make space in your mixes or mastering. It's great. I love it.
Okay.
I'm really big on space because all my stuff has orchestral stuff in it, and I like it to feel nice and wide and beautiful. And
no, I need that because when I score things, that's what everybody wants. But then you give it to like the sound engineer, and they push everything down. They push all your stems down, and you can't hear anything.
Well, yeah. Well, if I'm just composing, then I'm definitely gonna send it to an engineer. I'm just be like, here, take it.
He said, and then you send it to someone who does their job and makes terrible. I'm dead. No, I feel like Blake, you have to ask for a dB down and a dB up version, man.
I guess I should.
Yeah, no, you definitely should
do the whole thing.
Oh, a big thing that Bez actually put me on to me, and in terms of using Waves plugins for the metering, like final. Obviously, like people like records that are coming out are getting ridiculously loud. Like for instance, Playboi Carti's tape I think dropped at -6, guys.
My God.
Really loud. Like really obsessively loud. Ridiculous.
I think there's just been a volume creep.
Yeah, but I know like the general number you're supposed to go for is anywhere from 8 to, or 8 is ridiculous, but like 12.
No, mine is 12.
12. Yeah.
It's 14. It's
14 to 12.
Yeah, I think 12 is like the upper limit, and if you set that, it'll go above
12
that.
12 is a little too low for me at this point, bro. You can't put things out at 12 anymore. Not if you want people to hear it.
iTunes don't really like it when it's anything
iTunes has you have to do your own like parameters for iTunes. Like they make everything uniform.
It depends on what you're mixing and mastering. I am not releasing any of my score work at -8 or 6.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
insane. That's insane.
There's no dynamic. It's just like,
I'm talking about like Playboy Cardi released it at 6 because he's Playboy Cardi. Yeah, it's that kind of music.
That's her though.
Yeah,
like,
but what I'm saying anyway, good metering plugin is the WLM. It's called the WLM 5.0, right, Bez? The WLM metering, plugin.
Yeah.
And the section where it asks you preset files, the A85, which means American mastering and the mastering standard. Perfect metering plugin if anyone needs like a cheap, accessible metering plugin that they know for a fact will work. However, I have noticed the VST version and the AIX versions, obviously they're Pro Tools only uses AIX, but the AIX version reads correctly. However, the VST reads about 2 dB louder in general.
I don't know about that. I can't vouch for that, but I just usually
in my opinion, not an opinion, back-to-back testing, I know to be a fact. So I don't know. At least on my setup. I know from like on the same computer, I do back-to-back testing and like pull up the same files and test them. Because I was like, what the hell? Why does that look so? Why is that telling me it's really loud when I know it's not that loud?
Oh wait, never mind.
The thing is that you really shouldn't be using VSTs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's in general use the AXs, but if you have to use the VSTs, just make sure you watch out for that. Is all I'm saying, or at least like check your own system to see if it does have discrepancies.
HDX, I don't know, whatever, whatever works. But the Logic use their own thing. What's Logic's thing? What's
AUs, audio units. Technically, are they called audio units or are they Apple units?
No, they're audio units.
They're audio units. They're developed in 2008 by Apple, which is very annoying, but it's a thing.
I mean, I do all of my creative stuff in Logic, and then I do audio stuff in Pro Tools. At least that's what I'm trying to do. So, I mean, and it's only because my workflow is so much better with MIDI and Logic. So
makes sense. Isn't that funny, Bez? They spend like, what do they spend? Like half of 201 and like a lot of 210 and I'll tell you Pro Tools is the best for MIDI, and then like people that are actually using it are like, nah, dude. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say Pro Tools is pretty good for MIDI. I'm not gonna.
It's not bad. I've been like, if I need to get something done though, I don't want to have to like learn and do it at the same time on Pro Tools. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go do this because the mixing and mastering audio is sort of this. I mean, it's similar on both platforms. I'm just using different.
It's identical almost. It's like it's not. It's much similar. It's much closer than anything else DAW wise. Like it's not.
Pro Tools handles audio much better. Like it's much more streamlined than Logic, hands down. But MIDI, I mean, because Logic is built, especially towards electronic music, but because it was built towards electronic music so much, it's like everything that's come out, everybody who's like produced. So many composers use it. It's every year. It's like it's
getting better and better. Yeah,
it's getting better.
I think Logic 11 is on the horizon pretty soon.
I probably won't be able to get it because my computer doesn't support metal. I need to do that.
Ooh, oh boy.
It's okay. It's all right.
I mean, you don't always need the fastest, shiniest stuff. It's about what you have, honestly.
So this is.
I know. Oh, I stopped. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So this is the show, basically, Blake.
Wow. I'm gonna subscribe.
I'm gonna subscribe, Blake.
Honestly, this has probably been the most like educational show we've had.
This is very, like, I don't know if you know who I am. I'm probably just some stranger who showed up late, but I'm usually into like video stuff. I do a lot of video things and like editing. I do the whole color correction and shooting, all of that. But I'm finally getting into audio because it's like a lot of work I lost during COVID, and just like the little bit that I've heard today has been helpful. So
yeah, I'm glad because I'm very glad for Daniel's knowledge, just because am I saying that right?
Yeah,
just because like the harmonics bit, like the definition thing is big for me. Like now I know for a fact it's literally shaping the upper frequency section. Like I know the definition, which is like good.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
for
unless
future
you're
reference,
unless you're specifically talking about how someone's going to play an instrument,
No, I'm talking about what are harmonics in general, and I think we covered that.
Well, for future reference, when Daniel's not around, there's this really good browser plugin called Google that can probably tell you all about
it. It's pretty good. And between you and me, I might have brushed up on harmonics via Google before this even happened.
During your question.
I was literally reading
Between
Wikipedia.
you
No,
and
I'm just
me.
kidding. Well, it says here.
That's fun. That's fun.
It says here.
Yahoo Answers informs me.
Honestly, remember how
you guys gotta go to
Yahoo
Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. Yo.
Ask.com now.
Is it Ask.com now? Is that what it turned into?
I think it is. Yeah.
Oh man. Whatchamacallit? What was it before Ask Jeeves? What did you? Oh, Yahoo Answers. The crowd that actually used to answer Yahoo Answers, I feel like are Redditors now.
They're a bunch of clowns. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all Redditors now. I promise. Yo, dude.
And then there's there's Quora, which is like really weird.
Quora?
Remember, I know what that is. Yeah, you have to sign up with your email or whatever. So yeah, this was the show. So that was fun.
That was fun.
we do a hard 5 o'clock finish. There's really no way to understand and finish this show. So
what are we going to talk about next week?
Mastering.
I'm down for that.
Mastering, yeah, mastering.
Right? Is that what you said, Bez? Yeah.
Mastering next weekend. Daniel, you gonna stick around?
Yeah, I'll stick around so we can talk about scheduling.
Yeah, okay. Okay, guys. So I don't know. Is there any way is there something we should do at the end of each show, like a thing we do to end the show?
Probably like you could find us here at this, and then probably pop up a screen of everyone's whatever if it starts to actually.
Oh, you mean like?
Yeah.
I'll do
like
that.
Be like, hey, so we're ending the show and have a good day. This is everyone's contact info and done. Something along those lines.
Should we have like music playing on the cue cards, the intro and outro?
Like one of those like those TV shows where like everyone just walks away and the music's still playing.
I could figure out how to do that, I guess.
That'd be kind of sick. It's like, have a good night, everybody. Like you walk off like it's a live set.
Oh, write us like a Pro Tools bass line. It'd be like Seinfeld.
That'd be great.
Can somebody come up with like a bass line or something?
Yeah, next week I'll give you a little thing. It's gonna be like 4 bars. It's gonna be short, maybe even less.
Yeah, I need that. Just a few things. Boom, 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 boom. Whatever it is.
We need a Pro Tools jingle. We need a Pro Tools NYC jingle. Like whenever the story, thing pops up, they just go, "Oh yeah, that." Like for example, do you really think Bob's Furniture survived all this time without that jingle? I don't know, man. I still know the number. I still know the number. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I still know the number.
All right. Goodbye. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'll talk to everybody soon. I'll see you guys.
I'm gonna go buy foods that don't starve. Everybody have a good night.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
How do I do this? How do I say?
No, we already said bye. You can't do that. I'll see you on Saturday.
You want to do you want to, I'm teaching 110. Do you want to sometimes visit that classroom?
Yeah, when is that?
Thursdays at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I could probably tune in.
This is still live on YouTube, Ez.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. Yeah. But that's fine. We have a course. We do have a Pro Tools 110 course on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. So everybody, welcome to
subscribe.
Everybody, come on over. Subscribe, get the hat, and get the book, and get the course, and come on over at 1 o'clock on Thursday. Just like Blake did.
Just what? I just discovered that.
Yeah, good. All right, then. That's the plug. I'll see you.
That's the plug.
All right, thanks, man. And I'll see you in the neighborhood.
All right, appreciate it. See you guys.
Bye. All right, Daniel. We gotta stop being live. How do we should really just wah, wah, wah. All right, guys. This was Pro Tools NYC, that show. If you made it this far, I salute you because that makes you a little weird. But anyway,